I want to make something perfectly clear here about what's going on in this system. People hate the word of God when truth comes. I've been putting out this word about what Second Thessalonians is telling us in chapter 3, and don't work, don't eat. There are people among you who don't want to work. You should separate yourself from them because they're disorderly. And yet the Democrats, folks, and people don't want to hear this. I don't know why. There's a reason why I don't vote. I don't vote for either side. If Jesus is on the ballot, I'd vote for him. But we going up, not parallel. They're holding out, and people don't want to hear this. They're holding out because they want the illegals to have free health care. And when Biden was in office, I don't know why people have selective memory, but he was shipping and busting them jokers in by the boatload and the busload and handing them free debit cards, and they were getting all kind of monies on that debit card, even more than the EBT queens and these sanctuary cities and states, New York, Illinois, California. They were getting free housing way better than what the EBT queens and kings were getting. And when Trump got in office, he froze all of that. And he said, nope, they don't need to get that. In New York, they were, I don't know if y'all remember this, but in this just 2 years ago, people's selective memory, they just forgot. In New York, they were kicking children out of school to house illegals while they set them up. Airports, they were kicking people out of the airport. It was the most ridiculous thing ever. This is what they want, plus sending money overseas. So when you crunch the numbers, I seen a chick on Fleas and TikTok say she was getting 10 G's a month in cash benefits and another 5 in food stamps. Folks, that's $180,000 a year tax-free money. There is no way that should be going on. And now the Democrats want to add another $1 trillion to the spending so you can give the illegals free insurance and also benefits like you're already giving your own EBT people. Who's going to be paying for that? The taxpayer. It ain't going to be Jackie Chan coming over from China or Ivan Pusky from Russia. It's going to be us, the American taxpayer. So if you, so here's the deal. The new 60 hours a week, 60 hours is the new 40 hours. 40 hours is the new 20 hours. Why? Because they are going to raise the taxes, folks. That's what they want to do if they allow this to happen. People all on Trash Book who are Democrat lovers defending this crap, folks. This is ridiculous. This is the reason why I said all governments are Babylonian, and they are going to bring down, again, Revelation chapter 6 going to come into place when you see the oil and wine and the penny for bar. They're talking about the economy is about to crash. And if you allow that, either way, the economy is about to crash and it is not going to recover. Because the Bible tells us it's going to get worse than what we see now. This free handout. How are we giving out all this money and we already trillions in debt? It don't make no sense. Okay? It don't. And the only people that's going to be paying for this are people who get up and go to work. You're talking about these EBT queens back in 2000, what, a couple years ago. What's this? In 2023, 2021, when all of this was jumping off with the illegals and they was being bussed over here and boated over here and giving all this money. They were the ones on TikTok and Facebook and everywhere else because these women were leaving their receipts behind. They never received any free government program. And when they were leaving their receipts behind, it showed the balance. And these folks was angry. They over here getting more money than we are. And I even made comment, hey, we need to leave the country and come back. Maybe we'll be deemed an illegal and we can get that money. Because that's what it seemed like. And now if this is the case, okay, prophetically, I don't think they're going to open it up. I think this is going to go push. It's going to be pushed into Christmas. Nobody wants to budge on either side. And if these folks on the current program, y'all making 100,000 plus in benefit, let's just go for a lowball number and say they was getting $10,000 a month. on the food. And because let's just say, forget about whether you call it food or cash, it's all cash. It's backed by the tax dollar. And let's just say you getting 10 grand a month, tax free. And before you got kicked out of Section 8, you was getting free housing, because that's what they was talking about. I was getting free rent for 3, 4, 5, 6 years and living the lap of luxury. Okay. The freshest phones, hair and nails, did all of that. And if you getting that amount tax free, multiply that by 12 months. Okay. In 10 months, you made $100,000 tax free money. Add 2 more months to that. That's $120,000. Okay, so here's the problem, folks. If you was getting that kind of money, where did I'm going with a low number. Where did $120,000 go within that fiscal year that you received from the government? And you ain't got nothing to show for it. Where did that money go? Wasteful spending, if you want to be real about it. That's what it is. Wasteful spending against people who went and fought for this country, come back amputees, and they can't get a sniff of that money, and they living under viaducts and homeless. This whole system is trash. It's washed. It needs to be rebooted. It's going to be rebooted, but not the way they want. So that's the issue, folks. Folks ain't looking at it like that. It's a lowball the way you looking at it. Nuh-uh. And then y'all want to, and then for those of you that's cheerleading these folks, again, think about the long game. Every one of these, if it's 8 billion a month to feed these folks, then you want to add on the illegals and give them free health care and then give them more benefits than what you're giving your own people. Again, 40 hours, the new 40 hours for the working folk would be 60 hours because they're going to raise the cost of living. 40 hours is like working 20 hours because of how they're going to tax you. This whole system is corrupt, folks. It's corrupt. And I can see why we need to be praying that we're worthy of escape, because this is about to crumble. It's going to crumble. It's prophetically about to crumble, folks, with this kind of mess going on. Let's continue to pray that we are worthy of escape.